Hey guys, how's it going? CoreData here. Welcome back to another video. Today we're going to play some more cards, and we're taking a look at one of the returning archetypes in naval warfare, and that is Brit Germany Handlock. So what exactly is Handlock? Handlock is a super grindy control / value deck looking to essentially lock your opponent out of the game by stacking the top of their deck with a bunch of garbage units. To accomplish this, we're playing some of the new cards from naval warfare as well as some of the cards that came back from rotation. Like I said, the deck is a super grindy value deck. You're looking to control the game and then kind of lock the opponent out by, like I said, by stacking the deck and then kind of snowballing your advantage from there. So to accomplish this game plan, we are playing 2 copies of Fog of War. This is the big enabler for the deck. 4 cost. Remove target unit from the battlefield, put 2 copies on top of the owner's deck. Basically, we're using this to stack multiple copies of terrible units on top of our opponent's deck. Usually, it's going to be some 1-drops that are like super negligible, that don't really have an impact. But 90% of the time, we're going to be stacking a unit that we're going to be generating ourselves, being routed troops. And to do that, we're playing 3 copies of Rout. It is a 1-cost order. Convert target unit with cost 2 or less into a routed troop. Routed troops are 1-cost, 1/1s with 1 op and no effect. And we're also playing 2 copies of 1-away Panzer Grenadier. This is slightly better in the current metagame. Right now, Germany-US is all over ladder. I've queued into nothing but Germany-US for the last day and a half, so this hits pretty much everything in Germany-US, so I would recommend playing more copies of this if you're like me, queuing into a lot of Germany-US. The standardized builds generally only run 1 copy as like a mid-game tool, but I found a lot of success playing 2 copies. But yeah, aside from that, the deck is pretty straightforward. It is a Brit anchored control deck looking to grind and outvalue our opponent. So to accomplish that, we're playing a bunch of value tools such as Blitz Doctrine. We're playing Bergman in here to take advantage of the convert synergy. I don't think Bergman is necessarily all that good in the deck. It's fine. It's a 2-drop with Blitz that lets us like take trades against aggro, and it occasionally draws us a card. So it's fine. But as far as the convert synergy and card draw, it's not great. It's much better in the German main version, but I don't really know what to replace it with is my issue. I could play like Panzer Grenadier is probably fine, the number 20 Panzer Grens, just as a little bit of extra value, but I don't really know. It's very awkward to find a replacement for Bergman. Enemy contact, pin, draw card, MI5. It's another handlock piece basically, because 1-away Panzer Grens generally bounces the unit back to hand that you hit. MI5 has the opportunity to put the router troop you bounce back to hand on top of the deck, again giving you another faded draw step from the opponent. Fortification, super important right now. Health gain is important because of the Japan-Soviet aggro decks as well as all the burn decks running around. And pretty much, like I said, everything else is pretty straightforward. Devil's Brigade is really, really good right now. It's very good into, again, Germany-US, as you can imagine. The ability for it to just ping off the Bergman unit, Bergman battalions, is pretty huge, as well as being a 3-2 blitz versus aggro is relevant. And everything else, like I said, is just value. It is life gain and removal. Not too much really to say about the deck. We are playing a couple of cards from naval warfare, being primarily Sherwood Foresters. This is another lock piece, basically. 6 cost, 5/6 with guard deployment, put a copy of target unit on top of the opponent's deck, or on top of the owner's deck rather. So frequently we're going to be putting a router troop on top of the opponent's deck using this, but it can be used as a value tool. I have frequently put things on top of my own deck. In certain matchups, being able to recycle a 1-away Panzer Grenadier with this is relevant. Not all the time, but sometimes it is relevant. You'll find yourself doing it. And we're also playing Queen's Own. This is again another potential lock piece, but more than that, it is a win condition. It's a 7-cost, 2 operations, 7/7 with Blitz and Fury. Deployment, put target unit on top of its owner's deck. This is not quite the same as Sherwood Foresters because this puts the actual unit on top of the deck, meaning if your opponent is playing a problematic unit that you don't want to deal with, you can just top it and worry about it next turn. And also the fact that it's a 7/7 with Fury and Blitz means that you're frequently on turn 9 playing this, putting something from the one unit they have in the front line on top, blitzing it forward, and then next turn threatening 14 damage. A 7/7 isn't exactly the easiest thing to deal with in the current metagame, so yeah. Queen's Own is a fantastic win condition for the deck, but it's also a lock piece in a pinch. Again, everything else in the deck is value and just disruption. Blackwatch is in here against commandos and intel. Spitfire is a solid threat on its own, but also has some niche applications versus decks like the US-Italy air deck. But yeah, not too much really to say about the deck other than that. I will say that I have already recorded all the gameplay, so I'm recording this after the fact, and I will say that this video is incredibly Germany heavy. I spent like 3.5 hours recording games, queuing on ladder, and I found exactly one person playing a deck other than Germany. So I apologize for the lack of diversity in what you're about to see, but the deck is super fun. I wouldn't recommend playing it. It's not super well positioned in the current metagame. It depends on what you're queuing into for the most part, but it kind of folds to a handful of other decks. Intel is not a great matchup for us. We are tech slightly more to fight it, but it's still not a great matchup just because we lack the ability to cleanly wipe the board. Germany main has a bit more of an easier time thanks to capitulation, but because we're Brit main, we lack that, unfortunately. But yeah, other than that, not too much to say. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff, and on some games. Up against Germany. Versus Germany, I definitely want to keep Devil's Brigade because I don't think there's any German deck right now not running Bergman, unless it's like Heinz. I'll keep Bergman. I feel like I think this just might be a full keep. It's awkward. I'd like to find maybe something more relevant. I'd like to find a route to go with the Bergman, but I think Bergman is too good to put back. Contact is like fine. It cycles itself, so I'm more inclined to keep it, and Research is obviously one of the most powerful cards in the deck. So I'm going to risk it. I'm going to full keep this. I'm probably going to pass for the first couple of turns here. I might just drop Bergman on 2, just to threaten it. We find Sherwood Forsters. Yeah, I'm just going to Bergman here, because if they Bergman, I just Devil's Brigade to take it out. Okay, so it is Germany-US. We push this forward. I'm just going to develop Blitz Doctrine here. Stug, Panzer, 2A, and 35T. I'll take the 35T, because it is active thanks to the Bergman here. So yeah, Germany-US is naturally a very powerful deck. Is looking to abuse 1-2-3s. Fog of War. I'm considering I have 2 lines here. I can just play the Contest Doctrine and get the value going, or I can go for Enemy Contact plus Panzer. I think it's just Contest Doctrine, right? Makes our plays going forward a lot better. Panther D is really, really good. Unironically, versus Germany-US, there's not too many things that hit the Panther D. Panzer 4H is also very, very powerful, but Panther D might be able to win the game by itself after I see capitulation. I'm going to take the Panther here. It might be a mistake. Realistically, the Panzer 4H is a little bit stronger, just because it's removal. But the Panther is just if there's no answer, the Panther just kills him. Let's see. Number 9 Commando is solid if we find ourselves a Crossfire. I might just contact here and draw. Find Carpet Bombing. Do I want Radar this game, or do I want to go further? It's difficult, right? Bletchley is solid in this match. Yeah, we're gonna want either Synthetic Rubber or Bletchley, I think. Because Bletchley hits so much of the deck out of the opponent that I think it might be worth going for. Or quite a ways off is the only thing. I can Devil's Brigade and then go for Panzer. This gives them a decent crossfire. Yeah, there it is. Africa Corpse. And they snap pick. Yeah, I'm just gonna go for expanded. I'm just gonna go for her advanced, I think. I think my plan is just to go for Bletchley. Let's see below the combined arms. They go right research, so they're gonna go for U-boat, I would imagine. Black Watch. We'll get the Black Watch down here. One of my Panzer Grenadiers doesn't hit anything. They're just playing it as body. Plus Comet. Wow, they trade the Comet out. That's very interesting. Take Bletchley here. They can go for the U-boat next turn and try and snipe the Bletchley. They hip her back the Panzergren. I can number 9 the 6-6, but I mean, I'm not really under any pressure immediately here. If I play the Panther, I mean, it might eat a suppression. If it eats a suppression, I can just Sherwood Foresters, put another one on top, right? We'll risk it. We'll see what they do. The Comet they burned up must have been from Africa Corps, because I don't think they would. Combined arms, +3/+3. Wave after wave. So I can route. Plus waves, 7, 10. Okay, I can clear this up. If we route, see, I would like the Fog of War. This trade's here. I could route this Fog of War, put it on top, but I'd rather. I need to deal with the board, right? And wave is the only way to realistically do that right now. I'm just gonna wave this. This Panther now threatens lethal if they can't answer. Shoots him. War bonds. I mean, Fog of War is technically lethal, no? Unless there's random envelop here. Nice. Didn't need the Bletchley. The Panther was, in fact, the correct pick. Good to know. Up against Germany again, I believe. Is in fact Germany. So, Brigade's fine, Fog of War is probably fine, Research is good, Sexton is also good. I don't think I need the Spitfire. Realistically, I should probably pitch the Sexton. I don't think I need Fog immediately. I think I'll do it like this. The reason I'm keeping Spitfire is it's a very relevant threat. Show it Foresters off the top. Gonna see Warbonds here? Or not Warbonds, War Machine. Yeah, so it is Jur US again, as we find our second fortification, which isn't great. We're gonna see 1, 2, 3 plus Bergman here. Second War Machine. Go research, we'll go for expanded. We did redraw our Sexton, which is nice. I would like to see a Cromwell, though. There's 1, 2, 3. There's Bergman. So we'll use the Devil's Brigade to take out the 1, 2, 3 here. Oh, this is perfect. They pushed them both. Cool. Thank you. 2 for 1 on Devil's Brigade. That's why I'm playing Devil's Brigade in a lot of decks right now. It's so good into the Bergman stuff. So we see Panzergren. Pushed forward. As we see Panzer Grenadier. I think I'm just going to develop the Spitfire. Again, it's just a relevant threat. I might see a 108 out of the opponent here. T. Combined arms. Are they going to push damage face? Or are they trading? Trading. It's A-okay with me. Shootson. And that Shootson is going right back to your hand, my friend. So now I'm in a position where if they don't kill the 108, I'm just going to Shoreward Forester it, so I get a second one. Plus Rider Troop, sure. We'll trade here. Sure, would put a 108 on top. Comet's a problem. Okay, so trade here, this goes forward, fortification. I might just double fort here. The synthetic rubber is also a very relevant piece here. Bergman. Bergman capitulation. Bergman trade. Crossfire. Okay. Blackwatch. Hello. I don't necessarily want to push the Forester because I want to push the Blackwatch next turn, because Blackwatch plus Synthetic Rubber is just lethal. You know what? I'm not at risk of dying to Comet immediately. I think I'm just going to do this. I'm going to force them to try and deal with this this Forester. War Machine. Michigan. Michigan trade. Panzergren that. Push this, and then MI5. I think the MI5 actually hit the Comet. They have to do something about this. They have to hit the Black Watch. Yeah. Germany again. I'll keep on my 5. I'll pitch everything else. This doctrine is a great find. I'm gonna take the Stug because it's dangerous. Next turn is gonna be MI5, Contest Doctrine, and then play the Stug on 5. Goodbye, Stug. God damn it. I have my 5 here. The U-boat leads me to believe it's either Germany-Finland or it's Germany-Japan Navy burn. Blitz Doctrine. Okay, probably Ger-Fin then. If they're playing Blitz Doctrine. Panther G is difficult to deal with. So I'm going to take Panther G here. Happy time revealing Sherwood pin or enemy contact Bergman. Probably hits the Bergman. Hits the Sherwood. Okay, that's fine. We'll go Panther G. A 7/6 that can be targeted is going to be tough. Wave after wave. So we are confirming it is Finland. Gonna pin this, cycle, find ourselves a Devil's Brigade. It's our Bergman. Fog of War. Let's see. It's tough because I want this in the front line. Just him having a blitz unit last turn just kind of sucked. The entire reason I, okay, and it shoots him. And answers that then. Another Molotov, it's a number 9, which is fine. Go for plan. Find ourselves a Black Watch. Play the Black Watch. Suppression. Draws a card. Okay, hits our second fog. Go Queen Zone. Probably have like Annihilation here or something. Arado. Third Molotov. Opponent playing all 3 Molotovs. U-boat hits our second fog. Opponent thinking about it. Shoots and trade. Crossfire. And they have a second Blitz Doctrine. Find yourself a Spitfire. Go MI5 here. See what else is on top. Cromwell is actually really, really relevant. Trade here, we go Spitfire. Cromwell with the Monty is going to be very, very important, I think. If they play like finish boys, finish boys. First Contest Doctrine. I'd imagine they're looking for like the retreat tank here. Yep. That's it. Yeah, they just had no answer for the Queen's Zone. Just getting in for 14 damage is, turns out pretty good. Yeah, and they scoop it up. Nice. So we're up against Soviet. Okay. Probably Soviet Japan, if I had to guess. This is a tough keep because I'm assuming it's going to be Soviet Japan aggro. But odds are it's not. Because you know what, yeah, I'll just keep. I don't know, man. Because if it's aggro, Devil's Brigade is just pretty solid. Hey, okay, it is aggro. Good to know. A 33rd Recon. PK early. It doesn't push it. Interesting. I will number 9 this. Just for the inevitable crossfire, so it doesn't draw them an extra card. They trade. They play Comb. What? Am I missing? Am I missing something? What was that? What? Why? Kyoto Regiment. There's the Comb. And doesn't push it. Why are you not pushing? I mean, I can go radar just to draw, puts me at 30 HP. I think I'm just gonna go for expanded though. I'm very confused about what's happening right now. Find Alvarez for next turn, which is great. We'll go for advanced research here. We're probably gonna be, it's probably gonna be an active sonar match, but I mean Bletchley is also insane in this game. I'm just very confused. So that Winter Warfare has done mental damage. Cool. Alvarez. If I draw Cromwell, I may just go for active sonar just to pin and suppress everything. T20th. Shibata. Route. Let's see. So I can kill the 220th here. Then we just Devil's Brigade. So it's counter offensive, which we kind of knew by the Winter Warfare. I'm just very confused as to why they played the Winter Warfare. Winter Warfare counter offensive? Or are they just gonna play counter offensive here? 33rd Winter Warfare. Garrett. What? What is happening right now? Dude, I cannot fathom what is going on. Opponent is screwing with me. They have to be. I'm so confused, dude. I like what? Oh man. I don't know. I don't know what's going on anymore. What a weird game. Oh. I just don't have any words. Okay, that's a clear. I'm gonna hold the Wellington for now. I don't know. This game has inflicted irreparable damage mentally. It's I have no words. Oh. Oh no, okay, no, they're here. I really have zero words for that. And Germany again. Let's see. I keep on my 5, ship everything else. Buzz bomb. This is probably Navy burn then. Bergman. And it's getting routed. I don't want to give them the opportunity to start snowballing stuff with Bergmans. I think it's worth just firing off the route there. Okay, so it's handlock. It's a handlock mirror. Well, the buzz bomb doesn't make so much sense. So I don't really know why there's a buzz bomb in there. Guess it's just a cycling. Seems they're Germany main. Let's play the Cromwell here. Suppression. That's A-okay. Play Panzer 3F. Take the trade. Classic Brit Germany tanks. Second Bergman. They can like crossfire this if they want. Fortification. If they want to fog of war this 1-1, it's totally fine. Panzer. Jagged the Panzer. We'll go Contest Doctrine first, see what we find. Panzerzug is pretty solid. Panzer 3J is also like not bad because it's got Blitz. Panzerzug is a lot of pressure though, and I think this is going to end up being a value game long term. Trade here. I'm gonna mill a card. I think it's fine. Interesting suppression target. Oh, Avray is... that one hurts. This forward play. Blackwatch. Pass. Blitz Doctrine. They can still play both halves under this Blackwatch, but that is their entire turn. Yeah. And with Germany main, I'm expecting Alpenfestung in the deck. Here. Go MI5. Capitulation. Plus Panzer Dak. Research. Just fade a draw step here. Sherwood Foresters fades our draw step with a right troop, that's fine. Fog of War, okay. That locks us up for a couple of turns. So we have one more. We have one more dead card on top. Panzer 3H. I'm just trying to think, is there any way I can kill them through this? Blackwatch. Fog of War. Push us forward, we'll play Sexton. Sexton with, never mind. I was gonna say Sexton with research is lethal. But they're just gonna happy time the research here. They hit the Zug? Sir, are you sure about that? So 3, 6, 9, 10, 11. Yeah, I have no, I can't do it all in one turn. I can't do it all in one turn. I'm just short. Go research. Expanded research. Go plan. Find Monty. They need to have the Alpenfestung right now. Has to be exactly Alpenfestung. Crossfire, crossfire. Okay. This game's +4. The reason I played the Router 2 plus Monty was I was testing for HMS Scepter. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Like I said, super Germany heavy, so I apologize for that. Also, I wanted to very quickly apologize for missing an upload last week. I've been incredibly sick, and I am still incredibly sick while I record this, so hopefully you guys don't mind too much. But yeah, the deck is super fun. It's an interesting archetype. I just don't think it's well positioned in the current metagame. It was brought to the Naval Warfare tournament, like I said, but that was mainly because tournament formats, they're a little bit more predictable. You can ban the worst matchup for your deck, or for your spread, so it's a little bit easier to make these decks work in a tournament format, whereas on ladder it's way too unpredictable. I don't know, it folds to a couple of decks a little bit too easily, so I don't think it's worth playing on ladder all that much. But again, it's very good into certain matchups like the Germany-US deck right now, so there is merit to it. It's just, it depends on the metagame that you're running into. But yeah, aside from that, hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff, and we'll see you in the next one. Peace.